about to go on a trip and like me, you've started the packing process, but you're not quite sure which type of luggage, which type of bag to choose for your trip. Don't worry, I'm here to help. My name's Alexander Ayling, and for the last 10 years, I've been making travel content here on YouTube. I have checked luggage, I've carried on, and everything in between. And in this video, I'm gonna share some of the pros and cons of each type of luggage and help you make up your mind on what's the best choice, what's the best combination for your trip. So stay tuned. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. The first and perhaps most important question here is, are you carrying on or are you checking? Now, there's pros and cons to both situations. Let's start with the pros. Carrying on your luggage is ideal, especially for shorter trips, but it can still work really well for longer trips. Last year, my wife and I went to Thailand for a month. We both carried on, and we chose to do carry on only because we had multiple flights and multiple connections with different airlines. And the best way to ensure that our luggage arrived when we finally made it to Thailand was to carry it on. Some of the things you need to know though before you choose carry on. First, check the carry-on weight limit of your airline or airlines. This differs between different airlines. Some are a little more generous, some are a lot more stingy. Think Ryanair or some of those budget carriers, especially in Europe. They will charge you a lot of money if your carry-on luggage is heavier. Some of them weigh at the gate. They have their tiny little carry-on luggage overhead compartment simulator, and they force you to try to fit your bag in there, and even if a strap is hanging out, they'll charge you to check your luggage. Some of those budget carriers are pretty strict when it comes to carry-on luggage. So check your weight limits beforehand, check your size limits as well. If you're gonna travel carry-on, you're probably gonna need a carry-on size if you're choosing a roller bag. This one is for international, this one is for domestic. They're both pretty small, definitely a good choice. A tool I really suggest using is one of these little handheld scales. Clip your luggage on like so, and then you're able to hold it up and it'll tell you how much your bag weighs, and that way you know that you're not over. It's a lot better and cheaper to buy one of these and to weigh your luggage at home than it is to get to the airport and find out that your luggage is heavier and then you have to pay a checking fee. So avoid those extra fees. Get one of these, weigh your luggage at home, and save a lot of money. Most airlines allow for one carry-on piece of luggage and one personal item. Now you can kind of get around some of the limitations here by strategic placement of a laptop. If you're going to be traveling with a laptop, most people do nowadays, then you can put that into another piece of luggage, and technically it's your personal item. So what I've done in the past is I will travel with a roller bag that has my clothes in it, and then I'll also travel with a backpack which has my camera equipment and my laptop in it, and that way I'm actually able to have both of these bags, making sure that they're both within that weight limit just in case I get stopped and get checked. That actually is a great little hack which allows you to get basically two carry-on bags. Think about that when you're choosing carry-on, because one of the great things about carrying on your luggage is that you know you have it. It's always with you. Especially at these peak travel times, it's really common and getting even more common for airlines to misplace checked luggage to not get onto your flight. So it either arrives later or sometimes it never arrives at all. We've all seen those pictures from the airport the last couple of summers, usually in Europe, of just piles and piles and piles of checked bags that just have been lost in the system, luggage that will never find its home. If you're just winging it and you're carrying on and you haven't checked how much your carry-on luggage weighs, I would just suggest being confident. Don't show your bags, don't make it super visible. If you're checking in, you can check in online beforehand, which avoids a gate agent or a check-in agent, which avoids a potential for your luggage to be weighed and avoids a situation in which you may have to check a bag even though you wanted to carry it on. A, check in online. B, be calm. Be confident. Of course your bag is the right size. And no, of course my bag is not heavier than the limit.
These aren't the bags you're looking for.
These aren't the bags we're looking for. Smiles and breeze on through. What about checking your luggage? Oftentimes, checking luggage can be great. I'm traveling back to the United States to visit family with my wife and our 4-month-old daughter. This is the first time we're traveling internationally with a baby, which means we're bringing other things like a stroller and a car seat and then her clothes. So we will be checking luggage. One of the great things about checking luggage is that it makes the in-flight experience a lot less stressful. You just kind of have to get to the check-in gate, and then all the stuff that you're lugging and schlepping around just magically disappears until you make it to your destination. Or let's hope so. If you're connecting with a different airline, you're not going to be able to check your luggage through. So one of the benefits of flying with the same airline, if you have connecting flights, you can check your luggage all the way through. A good hack for getting around the potential of lost luggage is using AirTags or a similar tracking device. I know that a lot of people in the debacle of lost luggage last year who used AirTags were actually able to retrieve their luggage when all the rest of the people weren't. They're like, oh no, actually I know exactly where my bag is. It's right there. I can see it from my device. That's something to look into, especially if you're going to be traveling during the peak of summer to a high traffic destination like Europe. It might be a good idea, if you know you're going to check your luggage, to use an AirTag. I'm a fan most of the time of roller bags, but it kind of depends on where you're going. If you're planning on visiting lots of old medieval villages with cobblestone streets, maybe a roller bag is not the best call. I don't want to be that person walking down the cobblestone street at 7 in the morning trying to get a train and waking up every single person in the entire village with maybe it's better for you to travel with a duffel bag like this one, Dagny Dover, which I really like, or a backpack. Use a backpack and a duffel bag. But I just think in general, it's a good idea to just pack light. You can always wash your clothes, hand wash clothes. Lots of quick dry material can be washed in a sink with a little bit of soap and hung on a line and dried out really quickly overnight, or even faster if it's a hot destination. Don't overpack. I don't know, I feel like the more stuff that I bring, the more stressful it is. Now, if you are gonna check luggage, I would suggest hedging your bets and bringing at least a spare change of clothes and some basic toiletries with you in your carry-on luggage, just in case your bags do get lost. The third question I always ask myself when I'm packing is, do I really need that? Do I really need to bring 4 pairs of shoes?
What's in there? Shoes.
No. I like to lay my clothes out before I start packing and before I've made the choice as to what type of luggage I'm gonna bring. I like to lay out a few different outfits that I know I'm gonna be using. I'm going to a beach destination. That means, you know, swimming apparel. If it's hot, then it's gonna be lighter button-up shirts, some shorts, sandals. I like to run when I travel, so I bring a pair of running shoes and a pair of exercise clothes. I also wear nicer clothes when I go out to dinner. I'll usually bring like a pair of boots, Lunstones, or something like that, that I can kind of dress up, as well as a pair or maybe 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of shorts. And I like to keep my colors pretty simple so that I can create basically a small capsule wardrobe. 4 or 5 shirts, black, white, tan, and maybe green, and then I can mix and match those together. I can dress up or dress down from there. It's always a good idea to kind of just keep that in mind when you're packing. You really don't need to bring 7 to 10 different pairs full outfits. If you bring a couple of different colors and a few different options, you can mix and match and create lots of different outfits from a smaller amount of clothes. So as you're laying out those clothes and then you choose your luggage, you're starting to put those clothes into the luggage, ask yourself as you're putting it in there, do I really need this, or is it just getting thrown in? And I also like to kind of pack twice. I'll try to zip it all up and I'll kind of leave it there for a day, and I'll come back to it a day later, open it up, look at everything, go, you know what, do I really need this? Oftentimes through that second comb through, I will get rid of some extra stuff. It's even crazier though is at the end of a trip, sometimes I'll come back and I'll have multiple different pieces of clothing that never got worn. Just goes to show you need even less than you think you need, even after you've gone through and kind of combed through it. Quick plug here, if you're planning a trip, check out my travel itineraries. I have multiple different destinations from around the world: Italy, New Zealand, Thailand, England, California, Australia, as well as many, many more. So head over to my website. It's linked in the description of this video, or you can click the card up here. Check out my itineraries, day-by-day detailed travel guides, all on an easy-to-use interactive map. All my best tips condensed into one amazing itinerary. Check it out. Okay, fourth question. How long is your trip? Are you traveling for a month, 2 months? Are you traveling for a week, a weekend? These are the type of questions that are actually going to influence the amount you need to pack. But just because you're traveling longer, if you are planning a longer trip, doesn't actually mean you need to pack more. For me personally, I found most of the time a small carry-on roller bag paired with a backpack in which I put my camera equipment, my laptop, etc. is a great option. It covers me for most of my trips. It's carry-on friendly, and only rarely do I need to check a bag.
Use the force.
One recent purchase that I've added to my everyday travel carry is this little Dagny Dover sling. It's kind of like the perfect size for when I want to go out and explore for a day, but I don't really need to bring my big backpack because I'm not planning on filming a lot. I can fit a mirrorless camera in this bag. I could fit a small point and shoot. I could even fit a small drone, as well as a water bottle, my wallet, a passport, and my mobile phone. So I can fit everything that I need for a day out in this tiny little bag, and it just slings right over my shoulder. This has been kind of a little bit of a game changer for me because I'm just trying to like lug less stuff around. Less is more, especially when traveling. And then the good thing is when I'm in transit, I can actually just put my backpack, if my back starts to feel like a little sore, I can just put my backpack on top of the roller bag and roll it through the airport. And then one more pro tip, if you are bringing larger items like boots or a big jacket, don't check those, just wear them. Especially if you're trying to carry on, it'll save precious room in your luggage. I will be experiencing a new travel situation the day after tomorrow when we leave, and that is gonna be traveling with a baby, bringing the baby essentials and making our way across the ocean, multiple countries, and multiple time zones. So if you want me to make a video where I share my experiences traveling with our newborn daughter, please let me know down there in the comment section. And yeah, let me know what your favorite luggage travel situation is. How do you pack and what do you prefer? Do you check luggage? Do you carry on? And what's your favorite type of luggage? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications enabled, and let me plan your trip for you. Check out my travel itineraries, and if you want more, you can book a one-on-one video call with me. Shout out to all my channel members. Y'all are awesome, and I will see you in a new video very, very soon. Peace.
Hey, don't go anywhere. I got plenty more videos for you to watch. So check out either of these two and don't forget to subscribe. All right, see you in the next video.